The GTP class put on a phenomenal show at this year's Long Beach Grand Prix. In the closing stages, the much faster number 10 Acura was hunting down the number 6 and 7 Porsches, which had gotten ahead due to a very aggressive pit stop strategy. So, in this video, we're going to analyze not only these phenomenal battles at the end of the race, but also the strategies that led to this exciting climax. Now, although the excitement all culminated at the end of the race, the strategy really began the day before the race during qualifying. We had this really interesting scenario where teams were pitting to bolt on a fresh set of tires before they'd even completed a hot lap on their first set of tires. And that's because a very gently worn set of tires will be slightly faster coming out of the pits than a shiny, brand new set of tires. So teams were using this qualifying session to prepare their tires to be in the optimal state when they exit the pits in the race the next day. Now, we're going to have two protagonists for the video today. The first one is a car we're currently on board with, the number 10 Acura, currently driven by Filipe Albuquerque, who was on pole by a big margin and is definitely the favorite to win the race today. And then we'll go back further in the pack to get to our other protagonist today, the number 6 Porsche, currently driven by Nick Tandy. One last thing before we take the green flag to start this race, I want to apologize that there's no audio on board here. For some reason, IMSA did not have any audio on their streams on their website. Hopefully next race that'll be fixed. You know I want it as much, if not more than you do, and I'm really sorry that we don't have audio here. It definitely would have made it better, but anyways, here we go. As Nick Tandy takes the green flag to start this 100-minute sprint race around the streets of Long Beach, we can see that the number 01 Cadillac on the outside gets a bad start, but then sends it on the brake, crashes on the outside, and the number 60 Acura is collected as well. The number 25 BMW gets a bad exit, and the 6 Porsche of Nick Tandy squeezes through on the inside to take second place. Let's jump back aboard the number 24 BMW to see how this played out. We can see that on the inside, Nick Tandy gets a really nice start, but on the outside, the Cadillac has to tap its brakes and then tries to send it in this braking zone, but locks the rears, spins, hits the wall, and as the 60 tries to avoid, it runs into the BMW, and the 6 Porsche squeezes against the wall to make it past the 25 BMW. And now Nick Tandy goes from being at the back of the pack to comfortably in second place. And his one job as they take the restart and take the green flag again is to stick with the number 10 Acura ahead. And the Acura's one job is to pull away from the number 6 Porsche. Given the pace differential in qualifying, this seems like it'll be a pretty easy task for the number 10 Acura. And indeed, as the stint goes on, the Acura starts to slowly but steadily and methodically pull away from the number 6 Porsche. But this is multi-class endurance racing, and as you well know, just about anything can happen in a multi-class endurance race. And with just over an hour to go, the ailing 31 Cadillac is going to end up just ahead of the number 10 car. For this 31 car to have any chance at a decent race result, he cannot let the number 10 car of Filipe Albuquerque pass. So Filipe Albuquerque goes from easily leading the race to having to battle with the 31 car. And fortunately for Nick Tandy, and unfortunately for Filipe Albuquerque and the 10 crew, this allows the 6 Porsche to catch up. This creates an insanely tense moment for the number 10 crew and the number 6 crew because the pit window has just opened. So the entire race hinges on what happens in these pit stops. And as we can see here, the 10 crew blinks first. Filipe Albuquerque dives into the pit lane. And the entire race that looked so sure and so comfortable for the 10 crew now all hinges on this one pit stop. Filipe Albuquerque hits his mark. The crew jumps over the wall to bolt on that used set of tires. Filipe Albuquerque jumps out, and Ricky Taylor jumps in. It looks like there's a little bit of an issue, though, with that seatbelt. As Ricky Taylor gets in the car, that was a little bit slow, him jumping in. And it just looks like he's fumbling a bit with these seatbelts. Can't quite get a hold of it. He has to fumble again with that right belt. This is not going well. This is not going the way the 10 crew wanted. And as he tries to get the car restarted, the fueling's done. They're just waiting on Ricky, and he He can't get the car going. Finally, though, gets the car running. That was a painful pit stop, though. And this is going to be a painful outlap. That's because, as we've seen, these cars are really slow on cold tires. So Ricky Taylor's going to have to take it easy. And we can see the 31 and the 25 BMW flash past. And this 10 Acura is just struggling. You can see how much those two cars have already pulled away on the 10 car. But while Ricky Taylor is struggling on his cold tires, Nick Tandy is also going to pop into the pit lane. And again, their race hinges on how well this pit stop goes. Nick Tandy, again, hits his marks and is going to jump out and hand over to Matthew Jaminet. It's amazing how quickly these guys get in and out of the car. It's really crazy. You can see already how much smoother this pit stop is than the number 10 crew's pit stop. Already, Matthew Jaminet is all buckled in. He's going to plug his radio in, now just waiting on fuel. And he's going to hit the button, start the car, and peel out. And critically, we didn't see it, but they did not take tires as well. So while Ricky Taylor is really struggling for the next 5 laps to put heat into his tires, Matthew Jaminet can pump in fast laps and build that gap to the number 10 car. And let me just quickly get a little bit nerdy with you. And let's dig into the numbers on both the in and out laps for the 10 and the 6 car. So the in lap for the 10 car was a 128.5, but for the 6 car, it was a 127.0. That's a second and a half gained by the number 6 car on the in lap. The pit stop itself was 10 seconds slower for the 10 crew. So that's now an 11.5 second advantage for the Porsche. And then the out lap on cold tires was 3 seconds slower for the 10 crew. So all of this adds up to nearly 15 seconds gained by the number 6 car over the number 10 car. So this race that looked like an easy win for the number 10 car has all of a sudden in 2 laps completely slipped away. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention, most of the other cars have also passed Ricky Taylor. So Ricky Taylor is going to not only have to pump in fast lap after fast lap to catch the number 6 Porsche, but he's going to have to pass a number of cars in the process. He's going to start here on this number 24 BMW who's on cold tires, and he is going to absolutely send it in the braking zone on his inside. Ricky Taylor cannot afford to lose any time behind any cars if he wants any chance at winning this race. Similarly, he comes up on the number 60 car about 20 minutes later, and he is going to have to send it on the inside here. Look at that, send it into turn 6, putting himself up into 4th place with just the 2 Porsches and the 125 BMW ahead of him still. But at this point in the race, Ricky Taylor has the tire advantage. He's able to pump in much faster laps than either of the Porsches ahead. And you can't quite see it up ahead in this clip, but the BMW is going to try to send it on the number 7 Porsche and just gets a bit too deep into the corner, has to take to the escape road. The number 10 car flashes through and finds himself with only 1 car between himself and the race leader, Matthew Jaminet. But that 1 car is the number 7 Porsche of Matt Campbell. And you can be sure that Matt Campbell is going to do everything in his power to keep the number 10 Acura behind and to assure that Porsche gets its historic first win with the 963. But that will be no easy task, as we can see. Coming through turn 5, it looks like that Porsche is really struggling on that off-camber exit to put the power down. Just absolutely no grip. And Ricky Taylor's going to send it on the inside, but just can't quite get it slowed down in time. And Matt Campbell is going to pull off an amazing switchback to hold 2nd place, and more importantly, to hold Ricky Taylor behind. Because every second, every minute, every lap that he holds Ricky Taylor behind is a second, minute, or lap that Ricky Taylor can't catch up to Matthew Jaminet. And that is Matt Campbell's number 1 job right now, to hold back the charging Ricky Taylor. And as we can see here, they're just hemorrhaging time behind this traffic, but there is nothing Ricky Taylor can do as he looks up the inside. You can't pass up the inside there, though. And Ricky Taylor's going to have to hang behind the number 7 car. Actually, he tries to send it around the outside, but there's just absolutely no grip on that outside line now by this point in the race. So many marbles, so much dust out there. You're never going to make that move stick on the outside. But he's going to try the switchback on the Porsche of Matt Campbell. He gets really close and actually going to make a little bit of contact there as he tries to go again around the outside of Matt Campbell. We can see now some damage on the left rear of that Porsche, who is already struggling for rear grip now. With that extra loss of downforce, is really going to be struggling for grip. And Ricky Taylor tries to get close enough coming out of that hairpin, but just is not able to. Again, Ricky Taylor is going to be close coming into turn 5. Matt Campbell is going to send it late on the brakes, really struggling to put the power down now in that number 7 Porsche. Surely now, Ricky Taylor can make this move stick on the outside into turn 6. But Matt Campbell, again, the minister of defense, is able to hold him off on the inside. Ricky Taylor has now been stuck behind Matt Campbell for the past 5 minutes. It must feel like an absolute eternity for Ricky Taylor, though, being stuck behind this number 7 car, watching the race lead slip away in front of him. As again, Ricky Taylor is close. He's going to look to the inside, but there's just no room there. He locks the rears and goes wide. Matt Campbell able again to hold off Ricky Taylor. This is one of the best defensive drives I have ever seen in my life. And Ricky Taylor has now spent 10 minutes behind the number 7 car of Matt Campbell. 10 minutes that he can't spend catching up to the number 6 car of Mathieu Jaminet. And Campbell is going to look to the inside of this traffic ahead, able to get past. Ricky Taylor again going into turn 6. What's he going to try this time? Just going to sneak in behind the 7 car of Matt Campbell, who's going to defend to the inside of this corner here. Ricky Taylor's going to look to the outside and then switch on him, go to the inside, sends it up the inside of Matt Campbell in an amazing move, an aggressive move, is able to make his way past the number 7 car of Matt Campbell and is able to start chasing down the leader here in the number 6 car, who, with about 3 minutes to go, is going to find himself stuck in a line of GT traffic coming through this fountain section. There is absolutely nowhere to pass. Mathieu Jaminet is stuck with Ricky Taylor chasing him down, not able to do anything about it. And this is going to allow Ricky Taylor, with 2 minutes to go, to catch back up to the number 6 Porsche. And we've seen how aggressive Ricky Taylor has had to drive to get to this point to catch up to the number 6 car. How aggressive he was with passing the 25 BMW, how aggressive he was with passing the number 7 Porsche, and how aggressive he was with passing the 60 car. So you can be sure that if he gets his shot at passing this number 6 Porsche, he is going to go for it because he's been aggressive all race to get to this point. And as we go into turn 1, Ricky Taylor sees a chance and dives down the inside of the number 6 Porsche, makes it into the lead, but can't make the corner, ends up hitting the tire barrier, and just like that, he goes from leading the race to being out of the race. A race that seemed like a sure victory for Acura an hour ago ends with the 10 car on the wall. And we can rewatch aboard the number 6 Porsche as the 10 car flies through, hits the wall. Mathieu Jaminet is able to expertly navigate his way through and able to hold on behind the safety car to get Porsche's historic first win in the 963 era. And Mathieu Jaminet is going to take the flag and go for a quick victory lap. But as he said on his Instagram, definitely some of the credit goes to Matt Campbell, who was able to hold Ricky Taylor behind for those critical 10 minutes at the end of the race. The number 6 crew definitely owes the number 7 crew a nice steak dinner. And I'm going to end this video with the cruel juxtaposition of racing. Ricky Taylor jumping out of the car to join the AMR safety crew after crashing out of the race. And then Mathieu Jaminet jumping out of the car to take a historic win in the GTP era. It is drama like this that keeps me coming back to IMSA. And hopefully it's videos like this that keep you coming back to my channel. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, so much for supporting. I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the love. If you do like this content, please consider subscribing, leaving a like, leaving a comment. You don't have to do it, but it would be very cool if you did. And one last quick shout out. Thank you to the YouTube channel I'm linking in the description below for recording these onboard videos. And thank you to IMSA for streaming them as well. Again, I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the support. And I will see you guys next time.